This is Tim Bryce with my column titled, Yes Men. We've all seen instances where subordinates mindlessly agree with everything the boss has to say. We call these people yes men. I'm not really sure why we have such people. Maybe it's because the boss wants to surround himself with clods to bolster his self-esteem. Maybe it's because people are afraid of disagreeing with the boss in fear of losing their job. Or maybe it's as simple as people no longer know how to engage their brains and allows others to make decisions for them. I tend to think it's the latter. Let me ask you something. What is wrong with a little critical thinking? I get involved with a lot of discussion groups on the internet, both professional and non-profit groups, and I'm not afraid to put in my 2 cents. I'm not always looking for everyone to agree with me. Many do not. Instead, I thrive on the discourse and find such discussions as fruitful for bringing forth new ideas and finding solutions for problems. Some people are scared to participate in such groups and either remain quiet or simply maintain the party line. I call these types of people cowards or sheep. One of my favorite movies is 12 Angry Men, an old black and white courtroom story starring Henry Fonda, Lee J. Cobb, Jack Klugman, and others. The story centers on the dynamics of a jury who must decide the fate of a teenager in the murder of his father. At first, the jury consists of mostly yes men who simply want to prosecute the teenager and move on with their lives. Fonda wants to discuss the case in more detail before making a snap decision, and is castigated by the others for slowing them down. By discussing the evidence in more detail, the jurors, one by one, determine the teenager is not guilty. In particular, there is an interesting scene where one of the jurors changes his vote from guilty to innocent more as a whim as opposed to any specific evidence. This infuriates another jurist who challenges the other to explain why he changed his vote. This is an excellent example of how yes men can get into trouble simply because they refuse to engage their brain. What we need in business today are fewer yes men and more people who can use their heads. But I guess that requires work. Friends, keep the faith. This is Tim Bryce in Palm Harbor, Florida. Follow me on the internet at timbryce.com.